Another record haul. I went to the thrift shop last Saturday, and I will not say where. Maybe I already said in the last video. Anyway, Wednesday, it's called Hat Wednesday at the thrift shop that I go to, and if you wear a hat, you get 25% off. So records, instead of $1, they became 75 cents, and I can tell that they put out more of whatever donation they got of this guy's collection, because if I could tell that it's one person's collection that sadly nobody, I don't know. I'm breathing new life into it, because now it's going into my hoard, as you can see behind me. So starting off, again, I don't know who some of these guys are. Show of Hands, formerly Anthrax. It's got some damage there. This is an Elektra record label, and it's like 60s or 70s Elektra. This is definitely early 70s Elektra. The gatefold, it's got some more damage there, but I don't know. Oh, it's got a lot of damage right there, but it looked interesting, and for 75 cents, I'll give it a whirl. So that's number one. Number two, the Jazz Gala Concert. Lots of guys listed here. Stan Getz is one of the main ones that I recognize. Stan Getz presents Jimmy Rowell's The Peacocks. This is a promotional Columbia Records copy. Jazz Ultimate, Bobby Hackett and Jack Teagarden. And this was purchased used for $1 at Rasputin's World of Music. Looks like they bought it 05, 19, 1981. So in 1981, this was used as $1. Dusty Springfield, A Brand New Me. Now, the other compilations that I have of her, she's on Philips. Shoo! I'm in the middle of doing a video here, kids. This is my time now. I'm sorry. Deep Purple. Who do we think we are? And this is a gatefold. Track listings. This looks like a later Deep Purple. I have their first album, Shades of Deep Purple, I think 1968. But this is actually an earlier 70s Warner Brothers. 1973 it says, so that looks cool. Earth, Wind, and Fire, I Am. And this is a gatefold. Very cool. This looks to be in excellent condition, judging by the jacket. There's some light scratches, but I'd still say it's a very good plus. I love compilations of oldies and pop rock stuff. If you followed my channel for a while, I think I did a whole video on the Mersey Beat sound before, in my old channel. Jackson 5 Greatest Hits. The Motown sound. That's their later record label from the 80s or late 70s. The Blasters. This one was purchased used for $3.95 at a place called Replay, CDs, LPs, and DVDs. These guys are from Downey, California. Santana, Welcome, Gatefold, promotional copy not for sale, 1973. Another compilation, The Searchers, Volume 4, Number 4. Love that Mersey Beat sound. War, All Day Music. Hey, bud. You want to come say hi?
Hi. I'm going swimming.
You're going to go swimming? Okay. What is this? The Blasters. I think this is live at the venue in London. Okay, bud. I'll see you in a little bit. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. John Fogerty, Center Field. Still in shrink wrap.
Don't shrink that.
I did not know Norman Rockwell did album covers.
Shrink that.
No, bud. Dad's doing a video review. Come on, out. The Live Adventures of Mike Bloomfield and Al Cooper. Wow. Lots of liner notes. Looks like they do some covers. Yeah, they definitely do some covers. Barry White. Is this What Ya Won't? Someone paid $1 for this used at some point. Mary Poppins. Selections from the movie. 1964. Spirit. My last batch, I got a Spirit album. This is a double LP gatefold. Comedy record, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. If you grew up in the 60s or 70s, you probably watched Laugh-In. Epic Records, and if, I don't know, I'm not going to pull it out of the jacket. Lou Rawls, Solon. This thing was really clean. And this is a earlier Capitol Records pressing from the 60s. Rainbow. The Rainbow. Okay. I gotta pick up the pace here. My last video was dang near 30 minutes and people complained that they had to see my ugly mug talk about records the whole time. The Best of the James Gang featuring Joe Walsh. So this must have been after he got famous being in the Eagles. Yep, 1973. So now they're highlighting Joe Walsh as being in the James Gang. Santana. Demonstration. Columbia Records. What's the name of this album? Amigos? It's a gatefold. Another Barry White. Stone Gone. This has got to be the most boring jacket design ever for a gatefold. Just a couple of notes and blank on the back. I like lots of cover art, folks. What do we got here? Compilation, Farewell to the First Golden Era, The Mamas and the Papas. Kind of a best of type of thing. Sinatra Sings of Lovin' Things, Capitol Records. So this is before he went and made his own label, which I believe is Reprise. Another compilation, The Searchers' Greatest Hits. Now, I wanted to specifically talk about this because I bought in a lot of compilations. These are 80s compilations of 60s pop and rock. Rhino Records, they put out a lot of great compilations of top 40 stuff. And you can build your collection by the sleeve. Other selections here. Discogs.com is your friend. It is an app. If you want to buy records and find them, there you go. MFSB, Love is the Message. I have no idea. I'm guessing it is jazz. There's lots of brass instrumentation on the back. Maybe, I don't know. It's not a gatefold. MFSB. Mitch Ryder Sings the Hits. Huh. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Mitch Ryder. Just Another Way to Say I Love You, Barry White. This is a classic Doobie Brothers album. The Captain and Me. I think I have a copy of this, but you know what? Why not pick up 2 copies? 1973. This is a good one. The Supremes, I Hear a Symphony. Great album. And you got the great writing team on the back right there, right? Iconic hits from this group right here. Let's see what the label looks like. Okay, so this is a reissue. Because this, I believe, is not what the... Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe it is original because of the... There's no zip code on the address. So, it says copyright 1966. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought this was like a later Motown label. Pearl. Janis Joplin's solo album. Janis Joplin, Full Tilt Boogie. Okay, so then maybe she just wasn't working with Big Brother and the holding company at this point. But I do believe this was her final album before she died. 72 or 73, I think it came out. I don't see a date. This one looked like a gothic record. It was kind of like an electronic classics with an X, classics nouveau. I spun this for a little bit last night. It was very 80s. Love my Mersey Beat sound. Another compilation, Herman's Hermits. You got Peter Noonan on the back there. Good stuff. And it is a gatefold here. You got some liner notes. I mean, if I was a girl in the 60s, I'd be swooning over that guy's haircut. This one I just bought because of, again, don't know who it is, but I liked the jacket. Johnny Crawford, Rumors. Clean copy. It was selling for $2 or $3 on Discogs. Guys, I'm making a serious dissection here of what I've recently acquired. Out! Dave Brubeck, Tonight Only. Guest star Carmen McRae. Of course, it doesn't have Take 5 on there, but it is an earlier Columbia release. And we know early Columbia releases because they have the cat eyes, 3 on each side of the label, which we'll get into in a second. So that's an early pressing, not a reissue. This is called the cat eyes label, I believe. This is a classic. The Kingsmen in person featuring Louie Louie. Classic party album of the 60s. It's got some stains in the back. And I love that. Original owner notes belongs to Gene Henderson, 1965. Right there. This looked cool. Focus. Moving Waves is the name of the album. Focus is the name of the band. Don't know anything about them. They bought it at the Warehouse. Remember, if you grew up in the LA area or California in general, the Warehouse was a record and tape store. They were everywhere in the Southland. Johnny Guitar Watson, Funk Beyond the Call of Duty. Look at that sexy lady. And they got a World War II Jeep there with Cadillac wheel covers. You guys just can't... Come on. Out, kids. I know you're interested, but we're doing a video here. Giles, I don't know if this is the Giles of the Jay Giles Band, because there was a ton of Jay Giles Band record in the last haul that I got. Monkey Island is the name of the album. This is on Atlantic Records, 1977. The New York Montreux Connection, recorded live at the Cool Jazz Festival, New York City, and the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland. Someone bought this, asked, Rasputin's World of Music used for $1.95. Once upon a time. Rasputin's is the local record store here in Modesto, so I'm assuming this was a local collection because of obviously I got them from Modesto. The Memphis Horns, Get Up and Dance. That was a really cool jacket cover. And these guys are really cool. Although this guy is kind of giving me a Jim Jones vibe. Ella Fitzgerald on Verve Records. The Ella Fitzgerald Sings Rogers and Hart Songbook. And I love this era of color photography. 50s, the film stock for color, it just had a very cool feel to it, right? You just don't see color photos just captured in this type of warmth anymore. Let's take a look at the condition of this. I did not check a lot of these. Okay, so Verve, this thing looks dang near very good plus condition. That's volume 1. The Youngbloods, the best of the Youngbloods, another 60s, 70s compilation. Let's see, I'm guessing it's going to be Dynaflex. No Dynaflex, but it is a 70s release. Yeah? 5 minutes, we will go to the pool, but right now, I'm doing a video. The Isley Brothers doing their thing, best of the Isley Brothers. Tamala, which is a subsidiary of the Motown sound. And I believe Stevie Wonder released on Tamala. I have some Stevie Wonder stuff on Tamala. Another compilation, The Drifters Golden Hits. Love this type of stuff. Love building my oldies collection in the form of compilations versus a bunch of individual albums, because I'll probably realistically just listen to the popular stuff of stuff like this. This is a very cool rockabilly looking album. Never heard of him. Ry Cooder, Bop Till You Drop. This looks like 80s, late 70s, early 80s. This is 1979. Looks very rockabilly. I'll have to play this later and see if I'm correct. Interesting. Okay, we got to keep going here. Another best of. It's a compilation. The Anthology 2-record set of the Commodores. And it's a gatefold. Still has some of the shrink wrap on it. Very cool. 1983 release. So this has a later Motown. Let's take a look at the later Motown label. If this one says 1983. Let's see if it's the same as that 60s one. Okay, so I guess they used that. Does it say? No, it doesn't have a date on there. Yes, it does. It says 1983. So I guess they used that label for a while. I was wrong on the Supremes record that I picked up. Okay, let's keep going. Quicksilver. I picked up one of those in my last haul. Oh, no, that one was Quicksilver Messenger Service. I don't think this is the same band. Just for Love. Gatefold. Very 70s. Survivor, Vital Signs. This is Rasputin's Closeout, 50 cents. So they must have had a ton of copies of this. But this is a classic 80s album. I've seen this one around. I believe I have a copy of this already, but you know what? For 75 cents. Rod Stewart's Never a Dull Moment. And it is a gatefold. The Rascals. If you know me, you know I love Blue-Eyed Soul. The Rascals. So the Righteous Brothers, I believe, is also called Blue-Eyed Soul. Spencer Davis Group, I think, would be considered Blue-Eyed Soul. But you get the Rascals. Is this a live album? It's called C. I don't know. 1969, though. This just looked interesting. I picked it up. It was purchased at a place called the Big Red Barn Tape Shop for $1 used once upon a time. Chase. Man, there's a lot of guys in this band. Very 70s. Look at those guys. Let's see. I bet you this is an Orange Epic label. Okay, so this is even before the Orange 70s Epic label. So this must be early 70s. Because later 70s, it's an Orange Epic label. Chris Christopherson, The Silver-Tongued Devil and I. I've heard very good things about this album. I did not realize until recently that he wrote one of my favorite Johnny Cash songs, Sunday Morning. Is it on this? No, it's not. But there's, you know, we'll give it a whirl. A Steve Winwood double LP. I don't know why they trim the corners. Educate me, folks. This one has an insane amount of liner notes. There's like 4 pages of liner notes here. Pay no attention to the angry people that are commenting and ruining my video.
What's more important, records or going to the pool?
We're almost there.
It's summertime.
You go
Wrap
ahead,
it up.
I'll meet you over there.
No. Wrap it up now.
Dad, I'm gonna beat you up.
I can't do anything around here.
I'm gonna beat you
You
up.
know you love it.
Volume 23, Archive of Jazz, Ida Cox.
Daddy, no.
I like these 60s compilations of 1920s music. Okay, stop, son. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, the Mike Theodore Orchestra, Cosmic Wind. This one looked really cool. The record jacket is in awful condition. But the record seems... No. Maybe I would say it's borderline good to poor with the amount of scratches that are on it. 1977. Don't know anything about the Mike Theodore Orchestra. I have this in another copy, The History of Eric Clapton, and I am officially a hoarder, buying copies of stuff that I already have instead of leaving it for the next generation. I have become that old man that I would run into when I was a high school student. Larry Graham and the Graham Central Station. Promotional copy, not for sale. My radio sure sounds good to me. Very cool jacket cover. Very 70s. No date. I think I have a copy of this too. This is a classic Sinatra album. Nice and easy. Come Swing With Me, arranged and conducted by Billy May, Frank Sinatra. This is an earlier Johnny Cash Greatest Hits record, not a 70s re-release, because, again, we're going back to the label here. Red and white instead of red and yellow. Volume 1. No date that I can tell. This was a cool looking record. Never heard of the band. Rhinoceros. Also playable on mono. Is it a gatefold? It is. This is an Elektra Records. Okay, so this is like late 60s Elektra. Francis Albert Sinatra and Antonio Carlos Jobim. This is when he made his own label. This is Reprise. It's a mono copy. Mary Wells, My Guy. That's a great record. Very clean condition. Copyright. No copyright date. Ravi Shankar. Pot Liquor Levy Blues. Don't know. You tell me. Paper Lace, featuring The Night Chicago Died. This looked interesting. Don't know what their sound is. I can't do a serious video. The Supremes sing Holland, Dozier, and Holland. You Keep Me Hanging On, Love Is Here, and Now You're Gone, and 10 others. So this might be a compilation. I don't know. Okay, and last but not least, I was very excited about this because this is a very famous concert. Benny Goodman, the famous 1938 Carnegie Hall Jazz Concert. I recently watched a guy that's really famous clarinet player of the modern times, and he got his inspiration from listening to this. It's a double LP. Okay, and then lastly, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Part 3. Okay, that's it. Until next time, folks, this is a gatefold too.
Yeah, see you next time.
We'll see you then.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for all the...
Bye.
It's not a professional video. That's why I have less than 100 followers.
Bye.